M podcast. I'm your way to go.
Love you dropping
stuff. I'm your host, Sega Seth. It's a good way to wrap up the year so far.
Scooby Boo Boo, it's Valicorn.
Hey, it's me, B. Rhodey.
And today,
my dad said something about that. He said, "Brody, you couldn't have a nickname. You said B. Rhodey last time."
Oh, and we're gonna become like the new Howard Stern, and everybody's gonna end up with nicknames. Dan's new nickname, I don't even know if we're allowed to say.
Yeah.
Dan's name is Nad because it's backwards.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine's Yadorb.
Yadorb and Dan.
Go ahead.
You're
Hittes.
Hittes.
Oh.
And I'm Nodnarb.
Nodnarb.
All right.
Our year wrap up is we're gonna go through the year, not the whole year, but we're gonna go
Just talk about our favorite movies,
year,
music, media, basically.
And
in
I'm
general.
gonna read the Facebook post off. But until then, we are actually going to be playing a game today, to wrap up the year. Because we want to start doing more stuff like this too. It's going to be this or that, but it's with a twist. So it's going to be all of us. What was your idea with this? My initial idea was that we were going to say this or that, and we were all going to guess what the other one says. But now you're saying you want to do it like teams, basically?
No, I said something where it could be like, for you, it'll be a this or that for you, and Brody would pick one thing, and I'd pick something that's like equal, that I think you would enjoy as much. That would be a trouble for you to pick.
All right, so...
But I do want to start off, I want to say 2023 was a good year. I love you guys.
Oh, we love you
Love
too.
you too, man.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. I wanted to
A year ago, I just wanted to put this... in my notes I found when I was looking in my research for this year. I said it's 1:09 a.m. January 1st, 2023. I'm sitting outside of Travelodge ready to go into this hotel completely alone. I'm sad and my heart hurts and I feel like I have no direction. Maybe this time next year I will come out with a better outlook. I sure hope so. And in a year, it's been kick-ass.
This has been the best year for you, honestly.
So,
yes.
I just wanted to throw that out there because I saw that today, and it's almost a year since I made that tonight.
Well, you have made one of the most phenomenal, turnarounds in the last 2 years. And
definitely.
We're both very proud of you.
So,
I'm definitely the mom.
I'm glad we were able. I'm glad we were able to start this, and
so it's years in the making.
Yeah. Because we've been talking about doing this for a while.
It's been
here and there, you know.
It's been a very up and down year for the most part for me so far, but it's what I've kind of learned this year was that it was a big year of change, which is, as both of you know, something I don't really do very well.
Yeah.
But it's been a year of, it's almost like a middle evolution. Like, I'm at the Ivysaur stage right now, and I need to become a Venusaur, and I'm at level 31.
Yeah.
You know, Venusaur evolved at level 32, so there you go. But I moved in with Trey. You know, we got our place together. It was a lot of bad before the good so far. Like, I crashed, I got in a fender bender and totaled my car. But I just got a beautiful new car.
Yeah.
You know,
Do not put any stickers on it.
I know. It's going to be mad.
Devalues the car.
I know. Thank you, Dad. It's been a lot of ups and downs so far, but I'm very hopeful for the new year. But I'm finally following through with content creation, which is something I've been dragging my feet about forever.
It's tough to do that. You gotta invest a lot of time to it. You know?
And it's good. We're able to invest the time. You're able to invest the time in building the channel and stuff.
Yeah.
But it also feels good just to sit around with y'all and just bullshit.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
and if it gets us somewhere, and it seems like we have concurrent viewers, it seems like people.
Yeah.
It builds up.
Yeah. It's just fun to sit around and
fuck
bullshit.
you, Eric, because everybody likes you more than they like us. Eric's the fucking Green Ranger of this show. I know I've said that before, but the Green Ranger was introduced later in the Power Ranger series. For those of you who don't know, and I know I'm looking at Brody because I know he doesn't know, the Green Ranger was introduced in the first season later on and became a fan favorite.
Gotcha.
Obviously, he's my favorite. But
I never got into Power
That's
Rangers.
not funny.
I'm sorry. I love you, Jason, Dave, and Frank.
Yeah, I have a fucking
Yeah.
Power Ranger team.
Okay, but enough of the gay shit. We're gonna butt fuck
it's gonna be
2024.
I'm gonna wrap the gay shit up real quick. I get to do this there's a lot in life that I'm working on right now, but the fact that I get to spend my Sunday more afternoons spending it with two of my best favorite people in the whole wide world, and I get to do what I would be doing anyways, and I get to document and bullshit with these two people and usually get a cheeseburger after, is something so mundane to everybody else, but I have become so grateful for these hours that I spend going into this, and I know you look forward to it throughout the week, but it gives me shit to do throughout the week too. And I'm not just sitting on my fat ass playing World of Warcraft. I'm sitting on my fat ass playing World of Warcraft thinking about podcasts.
What we're going to do next. Honestly, it feels like we accomplished something.
Yes.
And it's a positive feeling.
Yeah, man.
And I want to specifically thank Doug Walker, James Rolfe, the Game Chasers, and 8-Bit Eric, and Pixel Dan.
Oni and Sleepycast for me.
Oni and Sleepycast.
Yep.
Because you guys all... Doug in particular has been... I mean, I've met him. I love him. James, same thing. I know James is for you, too.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. And James A. Janice.
Yep.
And,
James A. Janice for me.
Well, we've met Cinema Snob, him too, Brad Jones. But specifically, making these connections over the year. I've become Facebook friends with some of these people. Eric, 8-Bit Eric, man. I love him to death. His content has been great. He interacts with me all the time on stream. Boogie, I mean, love him or hate him, I owe a lot to him. Being real on stream like that. Like, you were just real right now. Boogie's been doing that for 15 years. Yeah, good or bad.
I remember you showing me a decade plus ago that video of you watching him back in the day.
Yeah, I love him to death. And, you know, but the Game Chasers, I mean, my God, they remind me so much of us, just bullshitting and messing with each other.
The one guy straight up looks like Brandon.
Yeah. Or Vale, I don't like calling him Brandon.
I'm the only one who calls him Brandon.
But he and I owe everything to those guys, because I wouldn't be doing this without. Ethan Klein too, and of course I think the biggest Pat Contry of the CU podcast outside of James and Doug, who are the biggest to me wanting to do this. The CU podcast is the completely unnecessary podcast with Ian Ferguson and Pat Contry, and the two of them do what we do. Where there's not really a topic, there's just news, and they discuss their opinions on it, and they'll do top fives here and there. But hearing that 8 years ago was like, I want to do this. Yeah. And that was how I did it. They do it in Pat's house, you know, and that has led me to want to do this. And Hack the Movies, of course.
Oh, yeah,
Hack
definitely.
The movies,
I've kind of like learned from Tony, just like watching him, like, you know, how he talks, you know, how he interacts with his guests and stuff. And
just how he's authentically himself.
Oh, yeah.
But we could go all day, but those guys I just specifically
I've always also said James A. Janice because, I mean, you know, horror is his thing. And I wasn't watching his channel from the very beginning, but I probably started watching it like a year or two after he started. And, I mean, you know, it's just so cool to see him see how far he's come, and the fact that he can do this full time now.
It's consistent, great quality content. That's almost like directed towards us. Like the humor.
That's kind of how I feel with Oni, in the sense that, like, when you and I are playing a game, or we're watching something, or we're scrolling through cringe videos or something, that's 100% Oni. That is 100% Oni. Like, it's us bullshitting each other, telling it looks like you in the sense
goofy ass stories, coming up with on the fly.
We owe all of that to Chris O'Neill.
I've also said, I've been saying it for years, that James and Chelsea, I mean, I'm not one for relationships, but God, that is couples goals for me, man. I know it sounds cliche, but goddamn.
No, that's fair.
That's like Billy and his wife on the Game Chasers. There was an episode where he buys a NES box, and he's like, his wife's like negotiating for him, and he gives it. She's like, "It's an empty box," and he's like, "Yeah, I wanted it," and she's like, "So I just paid for an empty box." And he's like, "Yeah, but it looks cool," and she's like, "Billy, you're not allowed to spend any more money." And then it cuts to her interview, and she's like, "Billy bought a fucking empty box," and I'm like, Yes. And then, right after that, you hear, did you just eat my cake? Is there more cake? And you just hear, no, I just ate your piece. He's like, you better go find me more cake.
Facts.
But
I got yellow cake from Walmart.
If we're going down that rabbit hole real quick, my mom got one of those Edwards chocolate pies.
Yeah.
Bruh. Have you ever had them? It's like the ones you see at Walmart in the freezer, like on the end cap.
Did you like that pumpkin roll?
Oh my god, my dad loved it, but I like destroyed the whole thing. I love shit like that.
So yeah, I mean, we had a good Christmas.
Yeah,
it was nice.
Do you want to do this or that first, or you just want to wrap up our year?
We're gonna when we read off the post, we'll do our year wrap ups with it. We'll read
right.
everybody.
I got a good amount of shit just so we can talk.
Okay, so
well, fuck this. Let's go this or that.
So I wrote down some ones. So we'll do a warm up round.
Yeah,
of each of us doing it, and then we'll do our little game with it.
I didn't have a list for that, but
no,
I'll just
spend days going around off the top of our head. I specifically remember when I worked at Jones, and you and me, Seth, texted back and forth for hours. It was like I remember getting a text from you. It was like Joker versus Carnage.
Oh yeah, we would do death
like
battles
all the time.
Yeah. Okay, so I have a whole bunch, but we'll start off. Beavis and Butthead or King of the Hill?
Beavis and Butthead.
King of the Hill.
Really?
Yes.
Are you serious?
No, I can believe that.
I owe a lot to Beavis and Butthead. Beavis and Butthead is probably the funnier show.
Well, that's only because Brody used to laugh his ass off when you talk like
him. That's how Seth and I met in the freaking lunchroom, man.
God dang it.
I'll tell you what.
I mean, I watched King of the Hill first, but I mean...
King of the Hill is a great show. I mean, I'll definitely...
There's more heart to King of the Hill. And I
love
Beavis and Butthead, but...
Yeah, I mean, there's two differences, because, Beavis and Butthead is just, there's not much story to it. It's just, two idiots being themselves.
It's Adventure Time in regular show.
It was just so funny. Because me and Brody would watch that show, and they were wearing AC/DC and Metallica
it's like it's us.
And at the time of discovering them, Brody was obsessed with AC/DC, and I was obsessed with Metallica. And then you and me went one year as Beavis and Butthead.
And then we did the whole woodshop thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. We were in woodshop throwing shit through a fucking miter saw.
Yeah, I went over our woodshop class were connected, so I went through sets, through the little
and that kid was
closet.
Like, you can't be in here, and you looked right at him and took a foam statue and just went.
I kept putting projects into the
song. Shit!
He was like, "What's Exodus?" And you were like, "It's a band." He was like, "No, actually, that's from the Bible." You were like, "That's funny. I didn't ask for a fucking history lesson." And then just went.
That was my Exodus shirt from the Metal Allegiance tour.
Yes.
Oh man, I wore that yesterday at work.
South Park or Family Guy?
Family Guy.
Ooh.
I'm more interested for you.
Ooh. I feel like South Park still consistently makes me laugh more.
Yep.
South Park is definitely more consistent than Family Guy. Family Guy hasn't been consistent in a couple of years.
I've grown more at Family Guy.
Yeah, so South Park has been consistent for me essentially most of its seasons. When Family Guy's at its peak, it's at its fucking peak.
I will say, those first 5 seasons are gold.
The first 3 seasons of Family Guy are better than the first 3 seasons of South Park, but when you go to the later seasons, it's no contest.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler or Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey.
Fuck.
Adam Sandler.
I like Adam Sandler, but Jim Carrey, he's got more movies I love.
I like Jim Carrey more, I think, but Adam Sandler does have more movies.
I have to go.
Happy Madison.
That's a given. Specifically with him in it.
Yeah, Click, Grown Ups,
Yeah, I got Adam
Sandler.
I don't know why I wrote this down, probably because I was half asleep. But, because it's going to be obvious who everybody's going to choose, but Will Ferrell or Seth MacFarlane?
Will Ferrell.
Everything that they
I don't know. I'm picky about my Will Ferrell movies. There's a lot I love, but there's a lot I don't
mine's
like.
A given, but Seth MacFarlane.
Honestly, I'd probably pick Seth MacFarlane.
Because
I think that he has more stuff that I would gravitate towards too.
Well, I can see where you're coming from, because Will Ferrell's got some great movies, but he's got some stinkers, man. Seth MacFarlane. I mean, he's got a lot of consistent seasons of Family Guy, Ted. American Dad.
Cleveland Show.
And I mean, this is coming from me and Brody, which Step Brothers is probably our
That's why
favorite
I was
comedy
so
movie.
surprised.
Oh yeah.
That's why I was so surprised.
Step Brothers, Talladega Nights. These
Yeah.
are all fantastic, but Seth MacFarlane has had a better streak of comedy.
Well, for those of you who don't know, Seth MacFarlane growing up was like a hero to me because I love
a
Family
hero.
Guy. I love Family Guy.
Holding out to a hero till the end of the night.
That's Eric. Yeah.
That is Eric.
Eric's the big gingerbread man from Shrek 2, if y'all don't know what we're talking about.
And I love Seth MacFarlane. All right, now food. Pizza or tacos?
Pizza.
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 Burgers or pizza?
Burgers.
Burgers.
Pizza. Waffles or pancakes?
Waffles.
Muffins or cupcakes?
Fuck you.
We're gonna
Cupcakes.
bring this up. Muffins, baby.
Donuts or bagels?
That's the next one.
Muffins or cupcakes? Damn. I'm gonna say muffins. I love me a good
Yeah.
blueberry. I love cupcakes, but like
we have been having this argument for at least 10 years.
This is older than the Superman and Goku argument.
It probably is.
I mean I love cupcakes, but like cupcakes I can only eat like one or two of them at a time. Cupcakes make me sick after a little bit.
Whoa.
Muffins I could eat a whole fucking
Donuts
box.
or bagels? Donuts or bagels?
Yeah.
Donuts.
Donuts?
Bagels.
Alright,
Bagels.
yeah.
You call
I
these
like
you,
donuts,
Brody
but-
split down the middle, so
You
we
call-
still don't have a goddamn answer.
you call these
He was my
bagels?
friend. So
So
was
was
I.
I.
Little Civil War. McDonald's or BK?
BK has more consistent stuff.
Mickey
McDonald's
D's just because it's less expensive. That's what I tend to go to.
well, it's less expensive, but
You
like
your McFlurries,
but
too.
McDonald's for me, like nowadays,
Their fries suck.
there's only two things on that menu that don't upset my stomach. It's
Yeah,
a
me
McDoubles and McChickens.
Their nuggets.
Quarter
don't
pounders
me.
upset my stomach. Big Macs upset my stomach.
They have better. McDonald's has better nuggets.
I agree, but when Burger King pulls out the spicy McNugget, there's the
I
spicy
can't
nuggets.
do
Burger
spicy.
King's spicy nuggets are good stuff.
Now
One,
it's
let's talk about Arby's superiority.
Oh my god!
What am
Yeah.
I
And
gonna
two-
say? What am I gonna say?
Shut up.
What am I gonna say?
Shut up, yo. I need,
We're not going into that.
No. You're going to birthday party.
Later story.
And Cookout. Cookout deserves a shout out.
Oh my god! Yeah.
I've always wanted to try them. They're big down south. All right, now wrestling. Goldberg or Test?
Goldberg.
Test.
What?
Yes.
Well, I know you. We all
love
know
Test.
you. We all know you don't like
More
Goldberg.
like
So
quiz.
Shut up.
more like pop
Kane
quiz.
or Mick Foley?
Oh, fuck.
Fuck.
That's hard.
Foley. Sorry, Kane.
I think I have to go Kane.
I love you, Mick. I love you to death.
They're not real fans, Mick.
I mean, I love you, Mick.
My ride
Like
guy.
the hardcore match from WrestleMania 22 was one of my favorite matches of all time, but I'm gonna have to go with Kane because I first saw Kane. Kane was one of the reasons I got into wrestling. I mean, one of my favorite storylines when I was early into wrestling.
Real quick before your tangent, Edge wore the same vest last night
Yeah.
that he did for the Mick Foley match.
Did he
WrestleMania.
really?
They did the
That's
spot.
cool.
Yes.
They did the
They
spot
did a flaming
too, with
table
the-
spot.
with the
Oh, no
flaming
shit.
table.
Nice.
Go ahead, go.
But
Because I was thinking that too.
I would probably say Kane just because one of the early storylines I remember was him and Edge on SmackDown in like late 2010, early 2011,
Yep.
where it was just
There wasn't
Edge,
Katie
where it was just anyway, where it was just Edge messing with Kane the whole time
Didn't
and
he
just
kidnap Paul Bearer?
yes, that was the
Yeah.
whole storyline.
Then you had Team Hell No after that too. That's
Yeah.
hard for me. But
Yeah.
That and Brothers of Destruction.
Yeah,
Brothers
oh my God,
of
yeah.
Destruction.
if it
Like,
was based on that,
Yeah.
but Mick Foley. I mean, I was Mick Foley for Halloween.
Plus, I mean,
I'm a mark for Foley.
I mean,
I
like,
love
imagine.
him.
Also, the thing is with Kane, like, imagine being a kid in like
Oh.
1993 when Kane made his debut at Bad Blood.
ripping
Imagine
off the
that.
Hell in a Cell door.
93?
Was it 93?
No.
No, it was 97.
It was 97.
97,
Really?
98, something.
93.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
you're
he
right.
was
I'm
later.
sorry.
He was
Yeah.
a couple. He was like 7 or 8
Yeah,
years
because it was
later than
Attitude
Taker.
Era.
Right.
Yeah. No, I mean, honest mistake. To be perfectly honest.
Plus, I mean,
Seth,
What?
Batman or Spider-Man? All comics.
I have
All-
a
the-
I have
all
a
me-
comics.
all
I have
media?
a comics one.
Wait. All comics, all movies,
like all media.
all media. All media. That means Sam Raimi's Spider-Man movies. That means
Batman the Animated Series.
Batman the Animated Series. But that means Ultimate Spider-Man. That means
Arkham.
Arkham.
Like the games.
Look, before you say anything,
what do you think I'm gonna say? What do both of you think I'm gonna say?
I think you'd say Batman, but I think you relate to Spider-Man more.
I think you're gonna say Spider-Man.
What he just said was both of them mean a lot to me.
Yeah.
Batman helped me have confidence. Spider-Man helped me.
It literally molded us.
That.
Yeah,
it molded us. Spider-Man is the most relatable character to me in a lot of reasons. Now I gotta say Spider-Man. Okay. Spider-Man. My aunt took me to see Spider-Man, the 2002 movie, for a second time, and it was the first movie I ever made it a point to see twice in the theater, and I was 6. I owe everything to that, and Spider-Man 2 is my favorite superhero movie of all time.
Oh, it's definitely in my top 5.
As hard as that is for me to say,
we were talking about that last night.
Batman animated series is everything to me too. And Batman probably has the more consistent reads.
Mm-hmm.
But Spider-Man definitely has some good ones. Spider-Man also has the worst compared to
the
Batman.
Drake Bell voiced Spider-Man show is still a fucking banger.
That one's good.
That's is that Spectacular?
No, that's Ultimate.
That is such a good
sucks
show.
Because it became a toy show after a while. But yeah, I'll go with Spider-Man.
Okay, I'm interested to see
if you got any
interesting comic shit for me.
I have some. Sandman or Raven?
Sandman.
I knew I was going to be.
It's also because I met him.
SummerSlam or
at my old job.
Rumble. I love SummerSlam.
I love SummerSlam, but I get hyped for Rumble. That's my second favorite pay-per-view next to Mania.
Rumble is Mania fucking season.
Yeah.
It's
the start.
And just that countdown,
the
10 to 1
Mania.
countdown with everybody coming out.
It's the Christmas Eve of Mania.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the Raw before Mania. That's Christmas Day.
Yeah. Christmas
night is.
Yeah, Christmas night is Raw after Mania.
That's New Year's.
Yeah.
Mania 17 or 25.
Ooh.
25.
25.
17 has better
it's gotta
promos.
be 25. It's gotta be 25.
Macho Man or Hogan?
Macho Man.
Hogan.
Hogo. Who's Hogo?
I love Macho, but that's Roddy Piper or Stone Cold?
Stone Cold.
Roddy Piper. Triple H or HBK?
Triple H. Would shit his pants.
Triple H.
Sting or Warrior?
Sting.
Yeah. Rock or Booker T?
Rock.
I gotta go
Booker
with Rock.
T.
I think Booker T was better in the ring, definitely.
That's where, and I've always liked Booker T more. I was a Stone Cold kid, so I respect the fuck out of The Rock, but the Hardys or Edge and Christian?
Hardys
had a bigger impact, but Edge and Christian.
What the fuck is that?
Someone outside.
Oh my god. I say Edge and Christian. DX or NWO?
DX.
It has to be DX. Specifically for the amount of times I watched
I just remember.
Improved
DX.
Dude, that set is amazing.
That set is one of the best wrestling sets ever.
Yeah.
I'd put it top 5.
I gotta go NWO.
Speaking of DVDs, home video, a little side tangent. Survivor Series is the last one, and I actually bought it.
Did you?
Yeah,
I was thinking about it.
Like, I mean, it's on Peacock, but like,
end of a generation.
I've been collecting. We've all been collecting wrestling DVDs for years, and I mean, it's the last one. So
it's the end of a fucking.
Plus,
I'm gonna be bootlegging them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't care.
Plus, it was solid. It was a solid show. So.
RVD or Seth Rollins?
Seth Rollins.
RVD.
I love RVD, but Seth Rollins is my boy. RVD. He always has been. He was my favorite. He was my favorite in the Shield from the beginning.
It's kind of hard to do that because it's hard to judge somebody like
Rollins is on top of the world, but
I think I can see why you're conflicted because you grew up watching RVD,
right?
And
that's what I'm saying.
I picked Rollins because I remember his early days in the Shield,
right?
And when he was NXT champion,
we weren't alive when Van Dam debuted, so
I think I'd end up going Van Dam purely because of watching early ECW stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me too.
And then the match he had with Hardy for the Intercontinental Championship on Raw was really good.
Fucking John Cena one night stand.
Yep.
Yeah, that as you know, the over the top guy, those chants in that crowd.
Yes. Yeah, that's my favorite pay per view of all time.
Yeah.
That and Mania 25 and 30. Bayley or Sasha?
Bayley.
Bailey.
I'll go Bailey because she's solid in ring and she's a really good character. But I think Sasha's better in ring.
Sasha has a fucking ego on her.
Sasha's better, definitely in ring. But I only picked Bailey because one of the reasons is because her huge character change.
Her huge butt.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
come on.
But like the fact that you can go from being this lovable babyface to like, I remember when she turned heel, I'm like, oh, I don't know how I feel about this. This isn't gonna be good. But she's like, she's one of the best heels on the female roster.
She's killed it as an absolute face and an absolute heel. So.
Lita or Stacy Keibler?
Lita.
That's a tough one.
Lita.
I think your remote's under this.
Oh, is it? Okay, good. That's probably why.
I'm gonna say Lita.
Lita, yeah. CM Punk or Kevin Owens?
Kevin Owens.
Owens.
I love CM Punk, but
I gotta go CM.
I love me some
Owens.
Owens.
Is
more consistent.
Yes,
he's more consistent.
He's more consistent in ring and on promos, I'd say. Yeah. CM Punk knocks it out of the fucking park with some pipe bombs occasionally. Every time Owens gets on the mic, I want to listen.
Yeah. Owens or MJF? Strictly promos.
Strictly promos?
No.
I don't think... Okay. Owens, I think... Oh, fuck. Owens, I think, is an overall better package. He's got... I don't know. I do think Owens is the better wrestler.
Yes.
I got one.
But MJF, I don't think he can be touched on the microphone.
No, I don't either.
I don't...
That's why I was so happy to see him and Punk go at it.
Yeah, I don't...
Yeah.
I genuinely don't think there's anyone nowadays who can touch him.
Eddie Kingston or Nick Gage?
Eddie Kingston.
Well, fuck you. Nick Gage, you know that's coming.
Okay. I'd probably go Kingston. Matt Cardona or Miz?
Ooh.
Specifically Matt Cardona.
Yeah.
Not Zack Ryder. Matt Cardona.
I mean both, but Matt Cardona for me.
Zack Ryder does nothing for me. Matt Cardona has created a whole persona of himself. The fact that he got people to throw beer bottles at him after being
and then
Nick
the
Gage.
picture on Instagram afterwards was him drinking a beer with the title.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna be tough, but I'm gonna say Miz because honestly,
WWE guy
he's gotten better in the ring over the years.
Yeah.
But like,
no, I'm not knocking
anytime,
Miz.
every week on Raw, like the past couple years, anytime there's a Miz TV segment, it's always entertaining.
Love him or hate him.
Speaking of which, one of my favorite recent Miz TV segments is when he had McIntyre on. I think it was like a couple months ago, might have been 2 months ago, but every time Miz would try to back McIntyre, he'd be like, "Shut up, Miz."
Yeah. And, Miz, my balls are huge.
Yeah. For some reason, like I thought that was stupid at first, but after a while it became funny.
Yeah.
And I mean,
that promo with him and Brian on
the promo on Talking Smack. That is his greatest. Yeah. That's the greatest promo he's ever cut.
Hate him, he has nailed being a heel and being a promo.
And he's
go back to the bingo halls.
And and the other thing is he's worked so fucking hard to get where he is.
Real world.
Like every time you hear him say like. Every time when he's in the ring on the mic, like talking to an opponent or like to the audience, every time he says like, "I did this, I did that, I main evented WrestleMania, I'm a Grand Slam champion." I mean, he worked so hard to get where he is today.
Yeah, I mean, I remember there was videos of fans.
So that's why I picked Miz because I have so much respect for him.
Jericho or Edge, and this was before everything came out about Jericho.
Yeah. So. I'm still going to say Jericho.
I think overall package, Jericho's got it. Yeah. Edge is fantastic promo. He's good in ring. Yeah. But Jericho's fantastic promo, fantastic in ring.
We're strictly talking in ring. We do not
personalities.
Anything like it.
Yes.
John Cena or Rock?
Cena. I have better connection.
Nirvana or Pearl Jam?
Nirvana.
Really?
Early Pearl Jam is really good. But like later Pearl Jam, it's good, but it's not consistent.
Yeah, I'll go Nirvana.
Like I mean, honestly, like 10 by Pearl Jam, solid from top to bottom. But like anything after that, it's like it's good, but it's not great. Yeah. But like Nevermind and In Utero back to back, I mean they're solid albums.
You guys ever see that video of that? I forgot to bring that. The fan fighting Miz. It's like a big fat Asian dude fighting Miz. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah. Brody, AC/DC or Kiss?
I gotta go Kiss.
AC/DC, they were my first love.
Well, the next one was Rush or AC/DC, but I have a feeling it's just gonna be me talking about Rush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AC/DC.
Yeah.
AC/DC. AC/DC was
Ken,
like...
Ken, call in about Rush.
No.
AC/DC was my gateway band to hard rock and metal. So
the next one, I just think Rush is more consistent.
yeah, I mean AC/DC have put out some like good stuff, but like they only have a like.
Rush is more experimental.
They only have like I think. See, I don't know about that because like that middle area of Rush, like in the '90s.
Yeah.
It was okay, but it wasn't great.
But it's experimental. They're always doing something different.
Yeah, that's true.
Brody Zeppelin or the Beatles?
Zeppelin.
Funny you said this because the next one after it was AC/DC and now this one's Kiss. Kiss or Queen?
Queen.
Kiss.
You know what?
Shit.
I'm gonna say Kiss. I love Queen.
I think I'll have to go Kiss.
I love Queen, but Kiss. I mean, you know, a lot of people hate it, but like '80s Kiss. I mean,
I love
it's
it.
so good.
So underrated.
So good.
Black Sabbath.
Black
Sabbath or Aerosmith?
Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath.
Aerosmith.
Really?
Aerosmith does have more consistent
Aerosmith.
albums, I will say that, but there's a lot of good stuff from
Steven
Black
Tyler's got an amazing voice.
Yeah, I'll give him that. So does Dio, though.
Yeah.
I mean, like Heaven and Hell.
Yeah.
That's like my second favorite album by them, next to Paranoid. Heaven and Hell is just untouchable.
Motley Crue or Bon Jovi?
What the fuck?
I don't know.
Crew.
Crew.
I love, dude. I love early Bon Jovi.
Yeah,
but Crew.
No, let's do Def Leppard or Poison.
Poison.
Def Leppard.
Okay. How about Cinderella or Poison?
Cinderella.
Poison.
I fucking love Cinderella.
Yeah.
Van Halen or Guns N' Roses?
Van Halen.
Van Halen.
Van Halen had. Yeah. Van Halen.
God damn it. I love Van Halen. God damn it. All right. I'm going to say Van Halen. Mainly because those first couple albums are amazing.
Yeah.
But like Guns N' Roses, even Guns N' Roses, I'll say, because like Appetite for Destruction is untouchable. Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 as a package is amazing. But Van Halen has more consistent stuff with like the first album, 1984, 5150 is probably my second favorite Van Halen album.
And the
next
transition
to
between singers. They were able to be successful with two different.
I've always said if Van Halen ever reunited, the only reason I would go see them is if Hagar was the singer.
Mm-hmm. You better do Mas Tequila.
Yeah, right. All right. I got one.
What?
Paleface or Lorna Shore?
Lorna Shore for me. I like Paleface, but I know less. But I'm more interested to hear Vale's response.
For me, I think it goes Paleface. Lorna has really blown up and everything,
oh my God,
and Will Ramos is such an amazing vocalist. But Paleface just really appeals to the raw energy.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of emotional lyrics, honestly, for... It's just, that's on my list of the big things I did this year, was seeing Paleface at Angels Rock Bar in Baltimore. It is an unforgettable experience. I was 3 feet away from Zelly, the singer, and we were singing, and it was fantastic.
Slipknot or Korn?
Slipknot,
yeah.
Slipknot's got more consistent material than Korn does.
Slipknot's a better band, but I
Korn.
probably have to say Korn.
I will say Korn. I have all the respect in the world because Korn invented nu metal. I don't care what anyone says.
I agree with you.
That self-titled album is the first nu metal album of all. And I mean, like, I don't know, just Slipknot has more consistent work than Korn because like Korn in like the late '90s and early 2000s was very okay. It wasn't great.
Corner System of a Down.
Korn.
Slipknot or Linkin Park?
Oh fuck.
Linkin Park.
Yeah.
Slipknot. Slipknot.
Meteora, however you say it.
I love Linkin Park, but
that was the first album.
Slipknot's my second favorite band of all time. So
Meteora was the first.
Every
album.
time me and Brody end up seeing Slipknot,
I've seen Slipknot like 6 times now, and they're fucking amazing.
Don't let me discredit. Slipknot's one of my favorite bands.
I think we've only seen one band more than Slipknot. Who is it?
Avenged Sevenfold. Not Metallica. We've only seen them 4 times. Steel Panther.
Yeah.
Steel Panther, we've seen them at least 6 times.
Yeah,
6 or 7 times.
Cannibal Corpse or Municipal Waste?
Cannibal Corpse.
I agree.
That's on my list for this year.
Actually, little side note, I was talking with Jake.
Yeah.
Team Lead Jake.
Our buddy Jake from work.
And we were talking about like shows we've been to. He saw Municipal Waste at in a friend's living room.
What?
When Municipal Waste was
Jake's
like
cool
very
as shit.
small.
That's insane.
Jake hung out with us on my birthday this year. He's cool as shit. He's going to the fucking. He asked me to go to a few punk shows with him, but I think he's going to the Circle Jerk show.
Oh, nice.
I know.
That's the night of Mania, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the night after. It's Mania 2.
Yeah.
Mania 2. Slayer or Anthrax?
Slayer.
Actually, no.
I'm surprised. I was about to say
Anthrax.
you're more of an Anthrax guy.
I'll go
I think Anthrax beats every one of the big 4 besides Metallica for you.
Yeah. That sums it up. Anthrax was a big influence.
I will go Metallica, Slayer.
I would have to go Metallica, Anthrax, Slayer, and Megadeth.
Metallica, Slayer. It's got to be the order: Metallica, Slayer, Megadeth, Anthrax. I mean,
that's me.
And that's
That's for me too.
Yeah, and that's not to say I don't love Anthrax, but
it's not to say that I hate
Dave Mustaine is just iconic, I guess.
Yeah.
I can't ever forget hearing Peace Sells.
Even though, did you hear what he said recently?
No, I didn't. I don't pay attention to what he said.
So he kind of said he recently said it's quote unquote unfair that people are complaining about concert ticket prices.
Oh my god!
I'm like another great quote from our buddy Dave Mustaine.
It sells, but who's buying? Little Dicky or MGK?
MGK.
For me, it's gotta be MGK.
I used to hate MGK, but
Little Dicky.
The last couple of years, I've grown to like him more.
And it's Little Dicky has one album, and he's dropping the second one on January 19th with all the songs from the show. So he's.
Your answer could change.
Little Dicky's a little too corny for me. I don't mind Little Dicky, but he's just a little too corny for me.
He's a fantastic lyricist, and he's a comedic genius, to be honest with you. But
his flow is nuts.
Anyone who knows, MGK was big between the rap and the relatable pop punk and everything like that. It's just
Little Dicky for me. Rob Zombie or Cooper?
Zombie.
Cooper.
Zombie.
Cooper
or Manson.
Cooper walked so Zombie could run.
Yeah. Fuck Manson. Cooper. Smashing Pumpkins or Soundgarden?
Soundgarden.
Smashing Pumpkins.
I'm still pissed that I didn't go on the 2012 King Animal tour because it wasn't just Soundgarden. It was 9 Inch Nails opening up for him.
Like a star we will live to rise from the Avengers.
I love that
soundtrack.
song.
Me too.
That song's great.
Alice in Chains or Tool?
Alice in Chains.
I'm not a Tool fan.
Foo Fighters or Avenged Sevenfold?
Fuck. That's tough.
Foo Fighters.
I'm gonna say
Foo Fighters.
It's got to be Sevenfold.
I'm gonna say Sevenfold because I fell in love with them first.
Brody knows how obsessed I was with that
I know how obsessed you were.
The self-titled and
specifically Nightmare.
Yeah.
Foo Fighters for me. Star Wars or the MCU?
Star Wars.
MCU. Superheroes has always been my thing.
Yeah, I just gotta say Star Wars. Shrek or Monsters Inc?
Shrek.
Finding Nemo or Wall-E?
Finding Nemo.
Wall-E.
I've only seen Wall-E once.
Wall-E. Dark Knight or Iron Man?
Dark Knight. I fucking love Dark Knight. That's my favorite comic book movie of all time.
Yeah. The Simpsons movie or Do America?
Do America. I love the Simpsons movie, but Do America is just... I fucking love that movie. It's got the Rob
Zombie artwork.
Yeah,
it's got
actually, Do America. Yeah.
Is this a goddamn...
30 fucking times.
40 times. I actually didn't save the fucking comic book ones, but I remember a few of them.
It's alright. We should probably jump into our... I don't know how far we in. We should probably jump into our years.
We're like an hour. We're like almost an hour in.
40 in, yeah.
Okay. As long as we don't go along to hour 20.
Well, here. Let's do the guess real quick. We'll do a quick one like that.
Okay.
All right. So Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Saw. What's Birdie gonna choose? Start with the easy one.
I mean,
Halloween.
Duh.
No, what we should do, Brody. Friday. Nightmare, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You gotta fuck one, marry one, kill one. Go.
We talking about the character? Or
No,
just, like...
I'm just talking about like the movie franchise. Which one would you love to fuck, which means you like it a little bit? Which
Okay.
one would you marry,
Okay.
which means
I
you
was
love
about
it?
to say
And
we
which
talk...
one would you have to kill off
All right.
completely?
Friday. What do you say? Friday Nightmare in Texas.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that he's gonna say.
Well, let's see.
He's gonna
I think he's gonna fuck Texas.
marry.
Can't take
Friday.
that seriously. I think he's gonna fuck Texas. All right. All right. Good. What are your guesses?
What we just.
You're
didn't
gonna
hear you.
you're gonna fuck Texas. You're gonna
Yeah.
marry Friday. You're gonna kill Nightmare.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
What about you?
I said the same thing.
Okay.
Okay, Vale. Dragon Ball Z. WWE. Specifically WWE. Pokemon.
I'm gonna guess. We just doing like favorites now.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I just think it's interesting. I think
I'm gonna take a guess and say Dragon Ball.
you're gonna kill Dragon Ball.
Oh, okay.
Oh
we're
yeah,
doing the
okay.
fuck,
Yeah,
marry, kill?
I was gonna do that, but yeah, which one would you choose out of the three?
I'm gonna say Dragon Ball.
I'm gonna say Pokemon.
Out of the three, it's got to be Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's got the most. I don't know. It's probably got the most time put into it out of a lot of shit. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, now you do one, Brody.
All right, Seth. I'm gonna say. Hang on. I didn't write this down, so I'm trying to just come off the top of my head.
Yeah, you can win one too if you come up with it.
So this is basically trying to guess
Which one would I choose of the three?
which one would you choose?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck, marry, kill. The original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay, like the cartoon.
No, like the movies. The 3 movies.
Oh, two movies. I hate the third one.
I thought you liked the
Ghostbusters
third one.
1 only.
Okay.
Or all the Toy Stories.
I'm gonna say he's gonna fuck Ghostbusters.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna marry the Toy Story franchise
Mm-hmm.
and kill Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, you think that too?
I think y'all. Ninja Turtles, Toy Story, Ghostbusters. I think you'll fuck Ninja Turtles. Marry Toy Story. Kill
Just coming out.
Ghostbusters because it's only the first one.
Brody had it on the money.
Yeah.
Because Ninja Turtles, I have other things that I can enjoy. The cartoons.
But yeah,
everything
Toy
else.
Story. I mean,
Yeah,
you've been in love with that since I met you. So
since I could talk.
all right,
okay.
I'm gonna guess something. I'm gonna try.
What you got?
So for you, this is just gonna be like favorite.
Okay.
Let me see here.
You do that. I'll pull up the post.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Like the original movie or like all of them?
Just the franchise.
Okay.
Just the franchise in general. So Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm trying to think. I should have wrote this shit down.
It's okay. I'm gonna start going in my list soon too.
All right.
What are we just talking
All right.
about?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. South Park. I'm just kind of
There's the posters behind him.
I'm just throwing random stuff together. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, South Park.
GCW.
Yeah, GCW. That's a good one.
I think you're going to.
I'm saying TCM.
It's gotta be.
You're gonna marry. Oh, is it? It's just a favorite.
From me, from my
Texas,
point of view.
Yeah.
But
Alright.
wait, before we go in, we should just run through our stuff real quick.
Yeah,
because then we can close out. With...
So our picks of the year, my movies this year. Keep it brief. Most disappointing movie of the year was definitely any superhero movie.
Yeah.
We'll get into.
It was a weak
that.
year for superhero movies.
We're gonna get into that next week more.
Yep.
But ideally, the best. Ironically enough, one of my top 3. Into the Spider-Verse 2, Across the Spider-Verse was amazing. One of my favorites of the year. That plastic. I don't know why it made me laugh. The Super Mario Brothers movie. Everybody knows how much that.
Yeah, that was
to
good.
me.
I enjoyed it.
And my two picks for the and the Ninja Turtles movie was amazing. I loved it. But my two favorites of the year. So I guess if you're counting animated, Across the Spider-Verse and the Mario movie with Ninja Turtles sitting right on in the middle or right next to him. And my two live actions of the year, Iron Claw and Godzilla -1.
That's a good one.
For albums of the year, it would be Squid O Monolith, or probably Death Pill was good. Seasons by Metallica was really good. And TV shows for the year, I really liked Scott Pilgrim. I watched Dave. So that this will also count for our picks, just because it's our picks of the year. I really liked Dave. I really liked Scott Pilgrim. I'm sure if I think about it, more will come. I think that
Today, Junior.
My game of the year so far has been Super Mario Brothers Wonder. I don't talk about video games a lot on this channel. On this podcast, I do on my channel. And the South Park specials have been a lot of fun for other TV. That's about it. Most excited for 2024. I'm very excited for the TED Show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for WrestleMania, of course.
Yeah, man. Night 1, baby.
Where I'm very excited for that. The South Park anniversary screening that we saw was coming. That would be fun.
I told you I'm down for that.
What is that?
It's a sing-along
for the bigger, longer uncut
for the 25th anniversary. Also, Phantom Menace's 25th anniversary next year too.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm sure they'll probably do something for that.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I'd go see that again.
Yeah, I saw it a few times in the theater. And yeah, I mean,
I might have to join y'all for that South Park anniversary, because that's
how
I got into the show.
We would
down.
That would be so fun.
It's
to
down.
do that.
Yeah.
So it's the 2000 sludge metal band from
for
New
what
Orleans.
It's worth too, I don't know
Ensemble.
if this matters to bring up right now, but I thoroughly enjoyed the World of Warcraft expansion of Dragonflight. I had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
And I guess wrestling wise,
I've been on and off with wrestling this year. I haven't really watched too much of it. It's been a good year. It's been a decent year though.
It's been a decent year.
Honestly,
for
I will say, it's been a great year for WWE. It's been kind of a lackluster year for AEW for me. Like
AEW
here and there, it's been good, but like WWE, I mean, one of my favorite things of the year has been Judgment Day.
Yeah, AEW has been. They haven't gone up or down. They've just kind of been at a lull.
They've been on a coast right now, just kind of like coasting right now.
Ever since Triple H took over with Vince McMahon, he just knows what he's doing with the company. With Gunther, with the Cody Rhodes, with Judgment Day, with Roman. The fact that Roman's been champ for so long and can still keep me fucking interested.
Yeah, that
says a lot.
And considering that if you told me that Roman Reigns was going to be champion this long, 8 years ago, I'd probably vomit.
I've always for some reason, like Dominic Mysterio's character change, the fact that he's got this much heat is why I think I love him so much, because he's such a little prick, and every time he gets on that mic, that whole arena just explodes. It's amazing.
I'm also excited for what it's worth for Sonic 4 that's supposed to come out at the end of this year, I think.
Plus seeing Rhea Ripley as the women's champion on my TV every week is always good.
Yes.
One of the greatest women's champions of all time.
I mean, I liked the Rumble this year.
Yep.
A couple weeks.
Yeah.
Gunther broke the record this year for longest time in the Rumble. Yeah, so 1 hour and 11 minutes.
That's about it for my wrap up.
I want to bring up the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC.
Yeah.
They added in a lot of cool shit.
I've heard really good things.
Yeah. For the second part of the DLC, brought back all the old legendaries, brought back all the old starters.
My friend Sonny beat it in a day.
Yeah, it's fire. And then for some movies I've got written down, Saw X.
Oh, Saw X was good.
Solely for the fact that it's the 10th film in the franchise, and it was as good as it was.
I still gotta watch it.
It's been better than other ones.
Across the Spider-Verse, as you said, Evil Dead Rise.
That's on my list.
Really good one. I fucking loved that movie. Godzilla -1, obviously. I'm gonna go see it in black and white when they re-release it. The TMNT, Iron Claw, and Barbie, surprisingly.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about that. Barbie was a surpriser hit.
I have no interest.
Dude, I'm telling you.
It's fun.
You might like it.
A 2-hour movie about Barbie.
You'd be surprised.
I'm good.
Okay, and then here we're gonna cut to this in a
If
few
it gets
months,
if it gets to a point where I have absolutely nothing to watch, I will watch it.
that'll never happen though.
Yeah.
True.
This year I was able to attend with Eric the Tournament of Death for CZW in the backyard, and that was incredibly fun.
Yeah, I was so jealous of that because I had a family obligation.
Incredibly fun. I have a foldable chair with blood on it.
I don't give up anything.
That
for
Mariah,
family.
they picked up Mariah's chair and hit a wrestler with it.
Yeah.
Blood on it forever.
Yeah.
M3 this past year was really good. I'm influencing Brody to go this year.
I'm going this year.
I would like to go.
Yeah,
I don't care what it takes.
I would like to go.
It's become like a running joke that I never get to go to M3 because I always have something to do that day.
Obviously the Blink-182 album I've talked about
One more
many
time.
times.
Yes,
one of the more surprising releases of the year.
Yeah, it was, and the fact that it's so goddamn good. Oh
It's
my
probably
God.
it's probably one of their best albums. I would say their best album since. I mean, California was good, but like I would probably say it's their best album since Take Off Your Pants and Jacket.
Yeah, I
Like the self-titled is good, but like there's just some weird stuff on there that I would probably skip. But like One More Time is absolutely
it goes
amazing.
For me, Enema, One More Time, Take Off Your Pants and Jacket.
That would probably be mine. What about California?
California's one there, but it's number 5 or so. It's got to be after behind
it's
self-titled
good,
stuff.
but like
Tom, Mark, and Travis are Blink-182.
Yes.
Steel Panthers won the Prowl, came out earlier this year.
Yep.
It was fun. Me and Brody got to see him for the 7th or whatever time.
Yeah. Well, we think we've lost track at this point.
Chaos Horrific, Cannibal Corpse.
Yep.
That was
nothing really surprising. Just good old fashioned death metal. They're always consistent with their releases.
And then Orphan with Manifesto 1.0. Dirty, disgusting. Oh my God, call outs. And then some highlights real quick. Seeing Ice Nine Kills with
that was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Well, I think it was really important for you and I because the first time we saw them, they were only the second band to play because the Silver Scream had just come out like a month before, and now they're headlining and now they were headlining and so much production that they put into their show. I mean, they had something going on for every single song.
Yeah, and that was my first time seeing them, and there aren't many bands that I will go see because
New Year's Day too.
Yeah,
they've gotten so much better.
I'm glad that I got to bring Trey to that too.
But and then seeing Bro Job, which
that was fun.
It was so amazing to see. Me and Brody got to see him in a crowd of like 40 fucking people.
One of my new favorite discoveries is the band Strangers.
Yeah,
who are from Elkton actually.
Oh my God,
right across the pond.
That picture you sent me of Psycho Sticks crowd.
Oh my God,
made me happy and is a standout for the year.
And speaking of,
so far,
I got like 3 more
Eric
points.
told us, and he just sent me a message. The Rock teases big announcement on NFL on Fox today. So. Guess we'll have news next week.
Seeing Lorna Shore and Job for a Cowboy in a row. Me and Brody being a little tipsy and seeing Will Ramos come out on stage for Entombment of a Machine with Job for a Cowboy.
Oh my God, that was incredible.
Yeah, I have a recording and Brody's like, "Oh my fucking God!"
Is that Will Ramos?
He's screaming.
So we were drinking those like fucking 12% like fucking box teas.
Yeah. Evil Dead Rises as well. That came out this year.
Yeah, I talked about that.
Oh, did you?
You mentioned it.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Why don't you listen more, pal?
I'm multitasking.
Yeah, I've got just 2 more. I'm sorry to.
No. That's what the point is.
We're fine.
Paleface, obviously, seeing them, I'll bring it up again. Angels Rock Bar, one of the best experiences I've ever had. One of the best concerts, probably in my top 5, honestly. It was intimate. It was fantastic. And then me and Brody saw Pantera.
Oh.
And then we're going to go see him in 2 months.
That was a big deal for you.
Honestly, Pantera might be the best show of the year.
Yeah,
because that was such a big show for us.
When Lamb of God got off stage and Pantera was ready to come out, me and Brody.
Don't start. Don't even start.
Me and Brody were freaking out.
I looked. Well, I didn't believe it until that. Like, I still didn't believe it even when the banner went up. Like when the banner went up, I looked at him. I'm like, I still feel like I'm gonna wake up at home. I feel like I'm in a dream right now. And like the opening of New Level.
Yes.
With the curtain dropping. Mm-hmm. Oh,
I cannot wait for us to see them again. The fact that we get to see them twice in a lifetime is fantastic.
Unreal.
But yeah, and then wrapping up real quick, going to WrestleMania this year, like Seth said.
Yep.
Pantera twice. We're gonna end up getting to see Creed at the end of later on in the year.
Yep.
I got my own spot this year. I started my extreme horror movie collection that I've wanted for so long.
Yeah, you're adding some cool stuff to that. I'll keep my eye out for more stuff too.
I'm filling it up. I'm ordering all stuff offline, all the wild stuff. Which leads to the last thing, which was my pick, I guess, of the week, which was Funny Games, a movie I ordered. It came out in 1997, and the same
Funny Games.
The same.
I've heard of that.
The same director remade the film 10 years later, and it traumatized him to remake it.
Really?
So it's about these two guys who are essentially just...
You mean 2007?
No.
1997.
It came out...
Yeah, the remake's 2007.
Okay, because...
10 years later, he remade it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the original one. That's the one I got. So essentially, it's just this family that goes on this vacation trip, and as they pull up, they see their neighbors that they always see on vacation at their vacation house, and they have these two weird golf-dressed guys with them, and they wave to them. Later on, the guy just dressed in golf come over and say, "Hey, the neighbors were asking if we could get some eggs from you."
Yeah. I've heard of this
movie. It says that the U.S. version was a shot-for-shot remake.
Yes. Yep.
Oh, Naomi Watts.
But yeah. So they drop the eggs, and then they just kind of torture this family. Like, I'm talking like they it off screen, thankfully, but they kill their dog.
I'm not gonna see it then.
You don't see anything.
I'm good.
Essentially, just there's a lot of long lingering shots later on in the film because at some point I know it's a German film. No one's gonna watch it. At some point, the parents try to take the gun from one of the two guys, and instead the guy said, "Oh, you're gonna mess with us," and they shoot the little kid in the face.
Damn.
The 7 or 8 year old kid.
Wow.
And essentially, they're like, "Oh, well, now we don't have any leverage over you because you're not going to do whatever we want because your kids are dead."
Yeah.
So they leave, and then it just lingers on a shot of the mom for like 3 minutes sitting there next to the corpse. And then she escapes, runs out into the street to find help, and the same guys pick her up and bring her back to the house. It's basically a big fuck you. It doesn't have a happy ending.
For some reason, I thought that was a Stephen King movie.
Really?
Like, doesn't it sound like a Stephen King movie? Like, it would be like a book by him or something.
Essentially, they're like, "Oh, so you guys tried to fuck with us." So they shoot the dad in the face, and they tie the mom up and toss her in the river. And the end of the movie is them showing up to the neighbor's house that they met the previous day with the family they were with, and they said, "Hey, can we borrow some eggs?" And then they look directly into the camera, and it cuts off.
That's crazy.
So, fantastic movie, fucked up beyond all relief. I'm gonna have so many fucked up picks for maybe the 1 or 2 people who are interested because I just ordered like 6 movies. But Brody.
So my year, I kind of went by date. So at the beginning of the year, January 6th, we had Megan. That was a lot of fun.
Yep.
February 24th, we had Cocaine Bear. That was everything it promised. March 10th, we had Scream 6. That was really good.
Yeah, Scream 6 was really good.
March 24th, which is probably my second favorite movie of the year, was John Wick Chapter 4. The movie was so freaking long, but it could have been longer because of all the world building that they did throughout the movie. The ending, I'm not going to spoil it for anyone. It's a very bittersweet ending, but it's a great movie. April 21st was Evil Dead Rise, obviously.
You're good.
You got it? Okay. April 28th was Sisu. That was amazing. Sisu was absolutely amazing. And then my favorite movie for the year, July 21st. This is my favorite movie of the entire year. Oppenheimer.
Yeah, you know what?
Oppenheimer was absolutely incredible.
I really loved it.
It was super long, but there was always something going on.
I see where people are going to be resistant towards it.
Because it's a long movie.
And it's just, it's Nolan doing Nolan.
Yeah.
But like
it's incredibly acted. The story is incredible.
Yeah.
The cast is fucking stacked. I mean, Robert Downey Jr., Florence Pugh, Cillian Murphy, Matt Damon, who else? There's a bunch of people in it.
Killed it.
Oh my god, yeah.
The brother from Diary of a Wimpy Kid is in that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But like the filming of it, I mean, I wouldn't be
score.
Oh my god,
The
yeah.
score was phenomenal.
The sound design. The sound design is unreal.
The timing with the sound design
Yeah.
is unreal.
And honestly, I wouldn't.
See where people are going to be resistant. But like,
did you know Oppenheimer is the highest rated movie of the last 5 years on IMDb?
I agree. I can see that.
Except for Godzilla -1. It just took that
are
spot.
you serious?
Really?
It just took that spot last week.
Well, there you go.
But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Oppenheimer swept at the Oscars this year.
I know it will.
But like,
yeah.
one of the best scenes in the movie, and obviously it's not much of a spoiler because it was in the trailer. But the scene,
spoiler.
The scene, the scene where it's counting down to the bomb being dropped is like
so tense,
so fucking intense with the music, the sound design, the sound design, and like you're thinking like, okay, these guys, you know what's gonna happen, but it's like,
and you still are like, holy fuck, what if this doesn't work?
Yeah.
I don't want steaks. Can I get burgers?
Steaks are good though. But yeah, Oppenheimer is definitely my favorite movie of the year.
Good.
As far as music goes, we had a lot of great music. February 3rd, was Homicidal Ecstasy by Sanguisugabog, probably one of my new favorite bands.
Suck me silly, Bob.
They brought back old school death metal, but it's like got a modern sound.
Saw them at the Maryland Hellfest.
Did you?
It was. Yeah, they were there.
Nice.
And they were very good.
April 14th, obviously Metallica 72 Seasons.
Yep.
Let's see here. May 19th, and I may be alone on this one, was Take Me Back to Eden by Sleep Token. And I know everyone's been obsessing with Sleep Token, but like I think they're an incredible band because
look, as long as it's not that new fucking docket, I don't give a shit. Fucking sucks.
But I mean, it's a great album. The Summoning, like, it's just a great, like, different album.
Yeah, yes.
You know, it's got so much. They put so much into that album, and I mean, like the genre changes in songs and everything.
Yeah. No, they've definitely got like a nuts production. They've got amazing writing.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's not directly for me.
Yeah.
But when we saw them at Blue Ridge,
I don't think we saw them.
We were in the distance.
We heard them. We heard them. Yeah.
And the gathering they had.
Yes.
We went to go pee while they were playing. And it was insane.
Let me see here. Best comeback album of the year, I would probably say, is "But Here We Are" by the Foo Fighters.
Really? I
think so, because I mean, Blink-182 One More Time is a great comeback album, but Here We Are by the Foo Fighters. The fact that they lost their drummer, Taylor Hawkins, who was an incredible drummer, an integral piece to the band, and they were able to come back with this album, and it was as good as it was, says something to me.
I'll have to give it another listen.
Yeah,
first through, I was not a fan.
It's solid, I think. Another good pick for me, June 2nd, and I know I'm going to be alone on this one too, is "Life Is But a Dream" by Avenged Sevenfold.
Yeah, no.
It was different. It took me a couple listens to really like it, but I just think it's a really good album. I think what's great about it is the genre changes throughout the entire album. I mean, Game Over starts off with like a super heavy thrash metal beat, then it goes into something different. Another good song is "We Love You." That's another song that starts off different, and then like all of a sudden, like Sinister Gates goes into like a fucking like Slayer, like almost Slayer-esque like thrash riff.
No one can say they're not experimental and they're not trying to evolve their sound.
Yeah,
that's what I'll say.
Surprising album for me was "Hackney Diamonds" by the Rolling Stones. For a band, I knew Seth was gonna groan. But for a band that's been around as long as they have, and to release new material, this sounds like classic Stones for anyone that's out there that loves Stones.
I'm not gonna like it.
Couple other good releases: "Lost" by Bring Me the Horizon. That's a fun song.
That's
a great fucking song. Alice
Mr. McAdams was another banger this year. Yeah.
Alice
came out the 15th.
Meet and Greet. That's another good one.
Yeah, that too.
Another good comeback album, or not comeback, but like surprisingly good album was Road by Alice Cooper.
Yes.
That was a really good album.
He's pretty consistent.
Panic Attack by Judas Priest.
Yes.
I'm so hyped for this new album because you know, Rob Halford, he's like 70 and he can still belt it out.
I feel like he's just amping it up more now in his
Yeah,
age.
yeah.
Like he's going for it.
I mean, Panic Attack sounds like something that would be off Painkiller.
Yeah, it
you
does.
know?
Yeah. I agree with you.
And then my last two picks is Watch the World Burn by Falling in Reverse. The video is fucking great.
Yeah, that's so much dedication in that video.
And then probably my favorite, if I had to pick a breakdown of the year, would probably be Deep in the Willow by Knocked Loose.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
That's my favorite. But
All
yeah,
right.
those are my picks for the year.
Sweet. So we're gonna get into the Facebook post, and Sebastian says he has a question. Why does that Brody guy look like Jim Cornette?
Oh my
Ask
God!
him about the podcast.
I don't look like Jim Cornette.
Now, let me tell you, Brody. I told him that he didn't look like good.
You know what would be great? If I like dressed up as Jim Cornette
Do it.
and we went to meet him and he and I just get into a tangent about AEW.
I would love that. I would love that. My sister said best show was Poker Face, surprising nobody. Worst show was Fox News. My sister's a hippie, so best movie in the theater, Barbie. Best movie streaming, they cloned Tyrone.
Never heard of that.
She really liked the new Julia Roberts movie on Netflix. The new Peter Pan was one of the worst movies she's seen in a long time. I agree. She did not like Oppenheimer, which I keep telling her she's crazy. She said most anticipated movie for 2024. She said Joker, and of course anything with Natasha Lyonne.
I would probably.
She
say
said she
Joker.
didn't like Cocaine Bear. I loved Cocaine Bear.
A lot of people. I can see why people don't like it.
Yeah. I guess most anticipated movie for 2024 for me is Deadpool 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Hugh Jackman.
What is a huge Jackman?
A huge
my buddy
man.
My buddy
Yes.
Bosco said TV show Last Man on Earth because he never finished it.
Hell
you,
yeah.
You liked that.
I did like that show.
I like what I've seen. It was amazing. Bear, the show Bear.
Yes. That show's fantastic. Check that out. You need to watch that.
I know. I need
The
to
Bear
watch it.
is
That's
Jeremy Allen White from Shameless.
Yeah.
And
he's like a chef,
he
isn't
runs a kitchen. Yeah.
He said he's been.
And the fact that you and me.
Yeah.
It'll hit. Yeah.
It hits different.
My mom really liked it. My mom worked in a kitchen for a while, so I know her and Lindy both liked it. Bosco said he was blown away by the new Rick and Morty voice actors. So it's been so good. Yeah, he hasn't been too much into music. Bosco makes music, so that could be why. Says it sounds the same. I love you, Bosco. Eric said best movies: Godzilla -1, Guardians 3, Across the Spider-Verse, Barbie, Mutant Mayhem.
Guardians 3 was good.
Worst movies: Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, Indiana Jones, Expendables 4.
I will fucking die on that hill saying Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey was fucking great.
I
loved it. It was horrible, but it was great.
Yeah,
I can't look.
I still
don't know
haven't.
what the fuck people expect.
I don't think the first one was that great. I think they could have done better with it.
But they had such a small budget.
They've
with
got that's why they've got me excited for the second one. It's like 15 times the budget.
But what the fuck did people expect?
Well,
that's what I'm
waiting for the Bambi one.
My aunt and I saw it, and she was like, somebody was like, oh, that was the dumbest movie I've ever seen, and we were like, it was everything we thought it was.
It's a Winnie the Pooh horror movie. What the hell do you expect?
It's like when we saw Bohemian Rhapsody, and that lady groaned when Freddie Mercury
was
kissed
gay?
the guy. Yeah, she groaned, and I was like, what the fuck?
Where did we see that?
Oh,
Seth and I
saw it at Horizon.
I've only seen it. I saw it with him, and then I saw.
I was there because I definitely remember.
You
might have been there.
Someone being mad.
Yeah,
but I saw it with him,
like,
and I saw it with Mom.
Yeah, so, but then it's the same thing with Cloverfield Lane and Mutant, and the same thing with Blood and Honey. We were like, what the fuck did you expect?
Yeah. Cloverfield Lane.
I haven't watched
Expect. When we saw that, and the guy walked out, and he was like, well, that was one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Oh, about the aliens? Yeah, that was like, that's a fucking Cloverfield.
Come on.
Shout out to fucking John Goodman in 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Oh my god,
Because he fucking kills it.
Terrifying.
Steph said, I know there's a couple votes for Barbie as a movie, but that soundtrack slaps too. I think that's the only full album I've listened to that came out this year. She said, have you guys considered doing a live version of the podcast? You guys are mostly unedited as it is. So the only editing I do is I go through and try to, because we have audio issues, I try to
We're live, pal.
even out the audio issues. live, I mean, like, we're pretty rambunctious, but like, we don't ever say anything stupid.
Yeah.
So I mean,
we don't say
'cause we're
anything
not
that's
stupid.
we're not going to say anything that's going to get us, you
Yeah.
know, in trouble with
right.
YouTube.
Because we don't talk like that. But
I mean,
we don't not that
not on-
bad.
not on mic,
not on air.
No, we're all good guys. So I mean, you know, it's not like
we try to be.
It's like, except when Brody goes on his pro-Trump rants, you know.
I
it's
caught
just
Brody
like,
trying to shove an entire fist up his ass
while wearing a MAGA hat.
What's a MAGA hat?
See, there you go.
Yeah.
That sums that up. Best movie. My aunt said best movie of 2024. I'm sorry, but Oppenheimer, because not only was it great visually, but it had real actors acting their asses off.
Yes.
The Dungeons and Dragons movie was probably my biggest surprise of the year.
That was fun.
That's what I keep hearing.
I thought I was gonna hate it, but it was fun.
Evil Dead. I haven't finished it. I need to.
One of the best title sequences in a horror movie.
Evil Dead Rise and Salt X were great. Worst movie is also most disappointing. The Flash. Vale and I will tear that apart. How can you have the GOAT Batman and waste him? I agree. The effects look like a preschool class did them high on gummy bears and Kool-Aid.
Oh, I forgot to mention.
How can they do Flashpoint and fuck it up?
I know. On a brighter note, horror was pretty solid this year.
Oh my god,
Scream 6 was let down. Core 4, no more, please. I can see that point.
Terrifier 3, 2024.
Hell yeah.
My New Year's wish is to get that beautiful mama boy Jason back on the screen.
I will say, I forgot to mention, my most disappointed movie of the year was Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Yeah,
that movie sucked.
It's...
Best thing about that was Jonathan Majors.
One of my favorite Marvel villains. So
look, and the fact that you're gonna have Ant-Man beat a version of Kang.
Yeah.
And then
like, come on, man.
Expect me to take him seriously, to take on the entire Avengers?
I know.
Yeah.
Well, now we don't have to.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, because he beats women.
But now we will get more into that next week.
Hopefully.
And my aunt said,
hopefully it's Doctor Doom.
Get that beautiful
it has
mama's
to be.
boy back
At
on
this
the screen. By the way, Halloween's end still sucks. What a
Facts.
Way
I've grown
go
to
out
I've
on
grown to like it.
I knew you were.
The facts that
fucking
Brody
say that.
grew to like it is insane to me.
I
Yeah.
know.
I mean, it's not my. It's probably lower on like the rankings, but it's different.
So what's
it's
next
different.
week? Superhero?
Next week we are doing superhero stuff. However, we will have Eric on. We have a microphone for him.
Yo, what up?
He will be on for all of you that love him, since he is a fan favorite.
We'll be talking about me talking about 03 Daredevil.
Yes.
Wait, is it disappointing or is it guilty pleasures?
I've heard the directors.
Do you guys want to do guilty pleasures or just start it off with our all-time?
Yeah,
favorite?
we should probably do top 5.
We'll do all-time favorite superhero. So we're just doing superhero movies
In general.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So it's just going to be you guys talking about Dark Knight.
Okay. Yeah, pretty much.
Dark Knight won't be on mine.
You said non-animated?
Non-animated. Dark Knight.
It's not going to be on
It'll
yours?
be on my honorable mentions, but it will not be in my top 5.
Okay, interesting.
I will make that.
Because if we're doing anime.
Fuck, dude, this is going to be hard.
It's going to be hard. But other than that, we are wrapping up for the day, guys. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Happy
We love
New Year.
y'all.
Thank you for listening and the support.
Seriously, the fact that we have people reaching out talking about it.
Going to parties and people saying, "Are you guys recording tomorrow?"
Yep.
It was surreal for us. Your comments, your everything. My subscriber count was at 49 at this time last year, and now it's at 172.
Hell yeah, dude.
So that has
brother.
been my first video hit 1K this year.
Nice.
It hit 1,000 views, which was monumental for me. I have other videos that have hit over 500 views, ranging in all different topics, and some of them are not copyright strike, which is amazing.
We're gonna have to get a Let's Play going and some also.
That's the
fun
plan
shit.
for the new year.
First thing we got to do as far as like video games is me playing FNAF.
I've been having
with
an
no
idea,
with no experience.
And people can comment and tell me what they think about this. I've been thinking about doing because I know Steph said something about a live stream. I think it would be really funny if we did live streams of you playing like Fortnite.
Okay.
Having no idea what's going on.
Right. We should the 3 of us should play Outlast latest.
Yeah, that'll be. We'll do stuff like that
What's
for
that?
sure.
the horror movie
Yeah.
game. You can't
Outlast.
fight back. All you've
But
got is a recording camera.
Oh, no shit.
I
That's
wanted Brody to
It
play
is
online
so
games, and I'm
fucking
gonna
scary.
turn on the mic chat so he can hear what everyone else is saying.
Yeah.
I want you to play. Brody's never played Fortnite.
No.
So it'll be funny to have that.
Never played Fortnite. Never played Five Nights at Freddy's.
Never played with himself.
I mean, I did that like 2 nights ago.
Thank you. We will be also posting. I'm making a video of a hunt video at Retro. I will be making a video for Retro.
Oh, cool.
It's been in the works forever. Just a video of me recording, getting some stuff at Retro. Try and do one at Second Chance. Definitely more toy shows and game shows and stuff that I'll be recording. Yes.
Did you see the Megazord at Second Chance?
No, I did not.
And they put a Dragon Zord up. Yo, that Dragon Zord
I was there the other
bad
day.
as fuck. That
day.
Dragon Zord
Oh my god.
had me guesstimating.
Oh.
Okay. But yeah, we're wrapping up. We love y'all.
We're totally not gonna rob a bank for that. Love y'all.
See y'all
That was
later.
completely parody, I swear. Happy New Year.
Happy
Love
New
y'all.
Year. See y'all.